It's the Caleb
I'm gonna take this Mox and pass these super fun, cool cards. You think so, Eric? I'm not sure that's true. I think he's just, like, playing up a worse version of himself because he thinks it's funny. You notice the people on the show that he's, like, closer friends with will, like, match him tit for tat, too. And they're quibbling sometimes. Alright, where's the Tinker? I'm waiting! Yeah, Captain Rats. I do have some cool shows coming up. I've got Desert Fest New York coming up next month. And the hotel I had booked stopped being a hotel, so they were like, yo, yo, Caleb, you know how you had that reservation? Get fucked. But I figured out something last night. I brought up the maps. Fucking how close everything is to everything. Ran the numbers. Found something I could afford. I think I'm grabbing an LED here. I think I'm in the mood for that. Anyway, very much looking forward to it. I found out that it's a fucking outdoor venue, which is unpleasant, but not the end of the world. A lot of bands I'm looking forward to seeing. Never seen Melvins before, Monster Magnet. Really looking forward to seeing 1,000 Mods again. And then the end of the month, next month, I'm going to get to see Igor. And Igor's been a bucket list band for me for a while. I think I'm going to very much enjoy that live show. Ancient Tomb. Hey, get over here, you. So we don't currently have the Tinker, but Mystical Tutor is pretty good for finding it if you do get it. As it would be into this Candelabra. I guess. Staying at a youth hostel. I looked at a hostel, Wombat Man. It was like well rated and like $100 a night or something. And then I looked at the pictures of all the fucking beds next to each other. The reviews are like, yeah, it's super loud, but you know. I'm just like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't. Maybe if I was still in my early 20s. But I'm super not. I'm not that anymore. Hey, this card's looking kind of decent now, huh? Sorry, Atali. I'm sorry. The US does have hostels, yeah. The more European the city, the more likely that you are to have them. And New York's pretty international. I know they're also in, like, Chicago and stuff. Yeah, in the stream description, Chalupa Batman. That was offered to me last night's S-Bird. Someone was like, yo, I've got a pull-out couch. I thought about it. If I hadn't found something, I'd be begging. Hey, thanks, your drunk daddy. I feel insufficient now, drunk daddy, because you complimented my appearance. Normally I would say something nice about how you look, but I can't see you. Because the cameras that I have in your home are broken. I can't exchange the quid pro quo. Where am I looking to travel? I'm going to a festival in New York next month, Basic Swamps. It's all booked though, it's all taken care of, don't worry about it. I'm looking at Basalt Monolith and Mana Drain out of this pack. I think we're taking the Drain, huh? Memory, Solemn. Let's grab the Solemn. Oh, it's an idea, goodie film. What the fuck do I do with this? Also, where's my goddamn Tinker? We have a Mox Pearl, we could splash Swords. About Umazawa's. Spose. Talisman also tempting here. I did not grab that Oath of Druids. Yeah, that other pack had been our first pick. We'd have a Minsk and Boon be a very different deck, huh? Image is pretty awkward. Can't even throw a fucking equipment on it. Yeah, this deck's kind of hot dog shit. Need Academy, need Saga, need Tinker, need Urza. Need workshops. We don't even have workshops. We're just missing it all. Maybe Talisman or Jar is better than Cryptic. Interesting. Wasn't Emery in this pack, but the Monolith Wield. Now that we have the Basalt Monolith and a couple red duels, Zerd is almost interesting too. Mox Pearl taps for it as well. Ideally, we have some stuff that works well with the Candelabra, though. Oh yeah, Pineapple. Would I take Tinker over Power? I certainly would. Come on, pack 3. Give me some goodins. Give me the good stuff. I'm gonna take the Mana Vault, I suppose. Kind of a sick pack. If this is pack 1, pick 1, I'd take the Ragavan. There's Workshop. Workshop would ideally wheel, but the rest of this pack is just not very necessary for me. Like, I'm not even sure I want to splash red, so the Goblin Welder's not that important. The Workshop is like, you know. Look at my, I mean, you can see my deck. Yeah, Thopter Gifts. Doesn't Criterion do 50% off sales, like, semi-regularly? I think I'll hold out for that. For my 4K purchasing. This deck is tempting, as is the Sundering Titan. Let's take Sundering Titan. Yeah, I bought some old Westerns when Barnes & Noble did it. Yeah, right, make patches. You almost have to wait until there's a sale. Yes, we could take this Dak Faden and try and wheel Sundering Titan, or we could just take the Titan. Well, looks like we are splashing red anyway. Thinking about Thoth versus Golos right now. I'm leaning Golos, actually, even though it's not amazing. Let's take the Palantir over Upheaval. Upheaval's sweet, though. You be the guy at Commander Night with Catwoman sleeves. Yeah, it really depends on the sleeves, friend. Depends on the sleeves and depends on the people you're playing with. Commander Night, like, at a store. There's nothing wrong with repping a superhero. My immediate thought is, like, why is it a question? Unless it's, like, some scantily clad thing. Retrofighter's pretty good with Zerda. Stern Orb does nothing here, right? Yeah, nothing. It's a good talisman. Don't hate this Dynamo. Don't hate that. Yeah, Wombat Man. I think that's the only Caleb D approved apparel. It's the Caleb D MTG merch. I expect nothing less, Big Titty. If we'd had that Emery, huh? If we had that Emery, I'd be more excited about the Mindslaver. So there's too many things that just wouldn't work. Companioning, right? Like we lose these 3. I don't mind losing Blightsteel Colossus. We lose Solemn too. And then the Zerda has to be sideboarded. Yeah, it's just not enough playables. We end up like 3 shy. Oh, and Palantir, yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It never does. I might not play the Blightsteel. We do need a cut. Too bad this Hullbreaker Horror is not a mere Battlesphere, Maybe the cut's Cryptic Command. Some random ass colorless in here. Cool thing about Cryptic with Blightsteel. Tap them out so they can't block. So this is 9 sources for Zerda. That's pretty good. This is 11 blue sources for Mana Drain. Yeah, I think this is a bit of a train wreck in comparison to my other artifact decks this season, but we can always high roll. Just have Workshop in our opener. Every game. Do good things. I guess. Golos. Yeah, I don't think we can actually produce black for Golos. Oh boy. All these nice 4s here. Would have been a real nice turn to get Solemn down, Was a clutch Wasteland. I couldn't even really play around it. Because the Tram needs to come to play tapped. You kind of got to play it turn 1. I think I'm supposed to Hullbreaker. Yeah. Hullbreaker Horror earning its keep, huh? Opponent's curve was good too. I think I want subtlety over miscalc. We're like never pitch casting subtlety, but whatever. You want the stream decker updated? You want to see this shit? You want to see this pile of trash? Alright, it's updated just for you. You can only say nice things though. You came to the right place, AR. You ever take a sip of water and realize you were probably dehydrated? Couldn't be me. This deck could use an academy so bad. Zerda does not have a chance to see playing constructed. Glorybringer, yeah. Glorybringer's standard was like kind of recent. I guess they were like all pretty good in standard at some point. Oh yeah, Hextrigger never really did anything outside of Cube. You got it, friend. Alright. Play this thing again. That's an aggressive-ass force of negation. On a frantic search? You force negationing a frantic search there, pitching Shark Typhoon? I don't think I'm supposed to attack into Teferi here with the Welder, but maybe I should. Played the Karn there because if they Spell Pierce again, if they either snap Spell Pierce or play Miscalc, we can actually pay for it by welding the Candelabra back in. Yeah, I guess I have to attack. Just hope they don't have Ligamentzer. I hope that they pitched Shark Typhoon already. What up? Hey, Sandman Daniel. Thanks for the 20 months there. This is connecting? I didn't think that was connecting. I also did see standard play, yeah. That was a Cobblade era. One got tired of my tanking. They're like, fuck it! Fuck this game! Pretty normal, Madras. For a lot of folks, the fun part of Vintage Cube is draft portion, and they want to draft the nut, and then when they don't draft the nut, if they're in the loser's bracket, they're like, ah, fuck this. Yeah, Dismember was good. Dismember was better than Oust, but you couldn't play 4 Dismember. It was just like too much damage. But yeah, Cobblade loved that card. See if we change anything here. Dargan could come in. Haste creatures seem good in general. We have way fewer red sources for Goldspan Dragon than we have white sources for Zerda, though. You can use like the Mox Pearl for Zerda. I guess these both produce red. Fuck it, let's play a dragon. Cut. No, this card. I don't know. Sure. Candelabra. It sort of did something last game. Hey, B Park, thanks for 3 months there. Oh shit, what up? The uncounterability on Hullbreaker might matter. As an aggressive containment priest. It only cares about creatures too. Maybe they think they have tinkering. Oh, for the containment priest? Sure. I mean, just stopping Welder from bringing back creatures might be relevant enough for them. How's Mystic Forge been? I had a combo deck that I liked it in. I haven't played it out of this deck yet. Teferi. I just time walked myself. I think I should just play the Goldspan Dragon and served. I was like what my intuition said to do, and then I was like, no. Flash Hullbreaker Horror is much better, and it wasn't better. It wasn't better at all. You were wondering about that? Yeah. Now we're all wondering about that. It would be better. It would be better. Yeah. The lesson is that even gods bleed. Very normal lesson to share with y'all. What about odd gods? Odd gods don't bleed. We don't have enough data for that. Hit me down to 4. It's not very many lives. Good vibes, great vibes, bunny. I almost put that in the stream title. Like, good vibes, I promise. Everyone tentatively dipping their toe in the regular old swimming hole that inexplicably scalded them yesterday. This is safe, right? This is I think I like the Palantir bouncing the Mana Vault. That's kind of sick, right? That's infinite mana, right? We have 20 minutes. Is that what you just said? We're up a game. Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Remember how much shit I was talking about this deck? You gotta admit, it's not pretty. You gotta admit. You're looking at this deck, you're looking it over, you're like, not that pretty. I see room for improvement. And then it shows up. Shows up and just gets the W's anyway. You love it. No filler! No filler at all. It says that it sent me a message, but I turned on, so I can't see it. Okay, well, fair enough. I protected myself from myself. I don't know what settings I did for this to be a thing. I thought I turned before I had it so that like you just wouldn't see when people messaged you. I don't know what I did to get this weird middle ground. I know I can check in the settings. The worst of both worlds, yeah, still get spammed. Yes, the pass back. That's what I wanted. So mistake the people who have played with who haven't played with Mana Drain that much. They'll play their cards pre-combat and then they'll win a fight with Mana Drain. And then like if you counter a counter spell, you're only getting 2 mana. We wouldn't be able to use the mana for anything in the second main. Rather have it next turn. More to work with. So that's when I want to play my spells. That just fucking resolved. The song slaps, it does. Don't question Karn's genius. He's an artist. A robot artist. The song's by Blind Guardian. You need someone to know. Could play Batterskull. I think I just want to activate stuff. I don't know. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Is Zerda too good for this cube iteration? Nah, not at all. I think Zerda is underrated in this cube iteration so far. Tournaments. A lot of that's just like the style of deck that I enjoy drafting. Like this retrofitter shit is very meme. I like playing the workshop decks, they're fun. Have we drawn Zerda in any game? Yeah, we drew it. We played it to like bounce something. One of our 7-drop games. Most leagues, my Zerda decks, Zerda manages to win a match or 2. This deck doesn't have like a lot of like filtering and tutoring and stuff though. It's kind of just, can you beat this? That deck trophy GP Jedi. Yeah, I don't think we're changing anything here, huh? I mean, Dragon could come in again, but I don't want to cut the counters. I don't want to cut the Relic without knowing what they're up to as well. The Dragon would be placing, like, Umezawa's kind of in the dark. I don't think we saw enough. Oh, maybe Cryptic's better. This is, like, 11 blue sources for Cryptic. And we had Candelabra. Yeah, let's play Cryptic over Umezawa's, I guess. I'm not sure if they're combo or control. Or, like if they're like pure control or some mix between them or an aggro control deck with a weird draw. You just don't know. The fact that they didn't play any counters or removal makes me think they might have just had a weird combo draw, right? Where it just didn't come together. There's some tanks in there too. I bet Sundering Titan's fucking awesome here. Aggro control, I'm random. It's like Cobblade type things, not a pure control deck. Voltaic is not in the cube. After this match, I need to get some fucking water. Or enough water. Right, I'm rando. That's where I would get burned for cutting the Umezawas. If they were that sort of deck and didn't play a threat or a removal spell or a draw spell, like nothing besides a Jace, it seems unlikely. They could, if they're a pure control deck and want to, like, board in more threats, though, that could get us in game 2. We'll see. I guess. Yeah, it's good for me to stretch my legs, though, Kenixai. I first started streaming, and I'm sure you'll remember this. I at first got like really excited to have a mini fridge next to my desk where I could just always have cold beer and soda and stuff. And then I realized that like the breaks were helping me stretch my legs consistently and it was just like good for me. So I went back. Now that mini fridge props up the dehumidifier in my crawl space. Wizard with the splash. It makes infinite mana with Basalt Monolith. It's also very good with Retrofitter Foundry. Okay. Kind of actually like playing the Zerda. Just pass the mana drain up. I turned the playlist off shuffle because I wanted to hear that Visigoth song. Fucking love that band. And now it's back to rotating the same like 3 songs. Man, I really wish 2 bottle or shuffle actually worked. Minus 1 life for no reason. I mean, sometimes you gotta help level the playing field. Hey Coda, thanks to the sub, thanks to 71 months. There's no black source in the deck. All my playlists are on YouTube, Mikujin. Can I use my YouTube playlists on YouTube Music? Well, I should fucking learn how to do that then. Is it 4 or is it less? I guess it's a triggered ability, not an activated ability, because it says pay 4. I was kind of hoping it would cost less. Whatever. Hey, Dunkevi, thanks to the 34 months. There's no colon. We're all colon checking this Mana Vault live. Looks like a block you make if you've got a removal spell for this Zerda, huh? Oh, they're killing the Golos. I think I'm fine with that, sure. I think they're a control deck, but we'll see. Hard to know right now. Yeah, they chart pre-blocks, they can block both, They might be like dancing. Because they probed me, they know I've got command and mana drain in hand. They might be like trying to bait out counters somewhere in the best way that they know how. A depressing probe for them. Maybe. We don't really know what their hand is. Or even like fully what their archetype is. I'm gonna drain here over Cryptic because of Spell Pierce. Plus, I could use the mana. I think I'm just Mystic Forging and Welding. I don't think there's value in playing the Hullbreaker here. I'm just gonna cast this. Remember that the Frantic Search can get me back to Cryptic Command mana. Yeah, I guess Hullbreaker Horror lets me keep rebuying the Karn. But I think holding up Cryptic Command is just better. Gonna make this hanger back for 18 so the welder can make it lethal. I guess I can move the Batter Skull. That's probably a good thing to do. I don't want to crack Relic because I want to leave the Golos in the graveyard for Welder. Yeah, more There's certainly a more broken way to have played this turn, but I really liked keeping the Cryptic Command up. I valued that pretty highly. Hullbreaker still lets you do that. You just need like the 1 blue mana. I don't think it does. Is it bad that you snap pick Channel every draft? I don't think that's bad compared to my Zerta addiction. The nice thing about this game, people were questioning the Zerta. Why is Zerta worth it? What's it do? Well, we all got to see what it does together. That just doesn't matter, right? And now we found out what the opponent's deck does. Trigger the Oath? I don't think that's going to happen. My board's sick? Why, thank you. And not a bad turn 6 for me, huh? Was that turn 6? No, because Golos got a lane into play. I don't know. Nice. You love to see it. Well, Zerta certainly got to pop off, huh? Oh, water. I was going to grip water.